That puts me on the board at, let's see, what pick are we at now?
Red Sox.
15 to the Red Sox. Okay, I'm going steam here. There are a few kind of player to organization connections which have been really strong, just in terms of industry steam over the past couple of weeks. And I'm leaning into one here, and that is going to be the Red Sox taking Gavin Fien. I have him listed as a third baseman / outfielder. Jeremy, I'm gonna get a take on your wry smile in just a second. I have him listed as a third baseman outfielder. He's currently 14th by consensus. He was one of the best prep hitters in the country last summer. Had a little bit of an up and down 2025, but just a really solid offensive profile, chance for above average hit, above average power. I like Fien a ton. He's also someone who's been connected to the Twins. We'll talk about them in a minute. But what do you think of that pick, Jeremy, before we pause and talk through other options for the Red Sox?
Yeah, so I actually had him listed on as a potential like float to their second pick.
Okay.
Now they could get creative, and however, if they can find an underslot guy at 15 to take, typically teams will take the underslot guy first and then float the bigger guy down because you can do that, as opposed to taking the overslot guy and then hoping the right guy falls. So
Yep.
I actually had him as a going at 35 or 33, excuse me, and having them go under slot with a college hitter here. But either way, I think it works out. I do like that pick for the Red Sox, and I've heard his name connected there a lot in the last couple of days.
Okay, so let's talk about other Red Sox options before we turn it back to you at 16 for the Twins. I do think this is the part of the board where we're going to see a little bit of a mini run on the college, the cluster of kind of second tier below Iva Arquette college bats. A number of those have been connected to the White Sox. I think guys who make sense, potentially Gavin Keelan, Tennessee infielder out of Wisconsin, Brendan Summerhill, outfielder out of Arizona, Wahiva Aloy, Merrick Houston, shortstop out of Wake. In addition to that Fien connection, I think are all guys who potentially make sense for the Red Sox there at 15.